with all that out the way, we've got another. I guess I don't know. A bunch of unnecessariness has been going on, and I feel like this movie was something that I really asked for, but we've got it anyway. I think it was eventually coming with all just the sequels and reboots and whatnot that's coming on. But
Mhm.
Coming to America 2, or just
Okay.
coming to America.
The number
The number
two.
you see what they did there, yeah. Two.
Yeah.
Yep. So this came out probably a few weeks ago, and I just saw most of it. I got like 30 minutes left, but I want to hear your opinion because I know you were alive
No,
when
I want
the first movie came
your
out.
opinion. I want to hear your opinion first.
Okay.
What do you
Um, I thought it was a bit unnecessary. I know, like,
think?
I knew that like they wanted a sequel and all that, but like this, I think the original movie came out in like '88 or something, or '87, and
Mm-hmm.
for a sequel to be made within the same like heart and vein of the first movie, I think it should have been made. If they were going to do a sequel, it should have happened like 5 years, you know what I mean, at most after it.
James, I have to stop you. I thought I that movie was good. And this is why. Okay, so number one, I think it well, so Eddie Murphy has always been this person who was this bigger than life personality, in his mind. And, I think about his first sit down comedy. I can't think of the name of it. I'm sure you guys know the
The
name of it.
delirious,
What was it?
delirious,
Was it Delirious? Yep.
yeah,
So, and then, he wear these tight, you know, really,
tight Michael
leather.
Jackson pants, yeah, the leather,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. And,
Mhm.
he was all right.
Hilarious. No,
He was all
see,
right.
he was all
No,
right.
he was considered, fine, good looking.
Oh, you talking about that?
But
Yeah, yeah, he's all right.
anyway, so just trying to just build him up. So he came out with this Coming to America, and that was good. That was a good, movie. But
Yeah.
it still depicted him. Every movie he's just about being in. He's this suave, debonair, type, thing,
Hmm.
man. So anyway, I think what I loved about this movie, I thought it was funny. And what I loved about it is that he made relevant some people who had, been stars but have not been showcased lately.
Hmm.
So that in turn is going to give them some revenue, some you know, um for the future. I thought I loved Wesley Snipes' role
Yeah, he's
as
always good.
as general, like if Wesley Snipes had done anything in a while, he's got, I guess, some issues with, tax evasion or whatever.
Hmm.
So you haven't seen him for a little bit. I think he did an excellent job. I love how he just still showcased James Amos.
Uh, uh,
You know,
John is John Amos, right?
John
Yeah,
John
John.
Amos. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's him. You know, just bringing him back, making him relevant. Like he probably hasn't done anything since the first one. Um, not nothing too
But nothing.
much.
Okay, major. Yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
Nothing major.
Hmm.
Vanessa Bell Calloway. I think it was
She still looks great.
hilarious.
Yeah.
She looks great. She come in there with that outfit. I'm talking about.
Right, yeah.
I thought that was just hilarious. I thought, and you know how he kind of cameoed from the first movie, into the second one. I
that
just
was
thought
the
it just
uh, that was the best part of the movie from what I've seen. I really liked how they did
all
that.
blended together. And it was just what did she say? She was and Leslie Jones. Of
Hmm.
course, she's funny. So he added a lot of new. It was nice to see In Vogue. It was nice to see Gladys Knight. It was just. I thought the movie was was absolutely great. So I recommend that people go see this. I mean, or buy stream it however you get it. I did it on Prime. I didn't
Yeah,
realize I had Prime for all this time.
it's on Prime, yeah. So that's like I think that's probably the
Mhm.
only way to watch it.
Yeah, and it's this the son, Jamie Fowler. Is he
Jermaine
new?
Fowler.
Jermaine Fowler, is he new? I haven't seen him.
He's up and coming. Like this a few things I've seen him in before, but he's like he's
Right.
on the rise.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
I was, and then I listen. I was a little tipsy while I was watching it, so
yeah.
I thought it was so funny when Leslie and Lisa, well her name was Mary, and Mary and Lisa, and they were like, they both from Queens.
Hmm.
So it just showed them like hooking up again. Like she was just this uppity, like we say, uppity bitch say, what? And she was like, what? So you
Yeah.
gotta see. But they connected, and the best part to me, let's say this best part for last, I thought it was like a black girl rock type inspirational movie,
Okay.
of how, because his oldest daughter was a female and she was not, it was the laws that she could never, be the queen. It had to be a king. And so I liked it too because it showed that girl power.
Yeah.
So now, what do you have to say about the movie now?
Um, I feel as though the reason that you like the movie
Mm-hmm.
is the reason why I dislike it. Not to say that like he brought back a lot of the old people from the original movie, and we're seeing
Mm-hmm.
Wesley Snipes again in movies. He was they actually worked together because Eddie Murphy played Dolomite. Like I think they did like a biopic slash comedy film with
Mm-hmm.
Dolomite, and Wesley Snipes is in that too. So I guess they're like a tandem kind of, you know what I mean, working
Right.
together in doing different movies. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's good to see Wesley Snipes.
And Arsenio Hall, he's not doing much.
Right, yeah, at Arsenio Hall. That whole scene where they like had the flashback and they used the technology to de-age them back into that
Right.
time. That was pretty
Right.
cool. I did like that. Um,
Right.
seeing John Amos and all just all the older people and then people that you didn't see, but it didn't come off as like the whole the salt and pepper and Vogue
Oh
and
yeah, Salt
Gladys
and
Knight.
Pepper. Yep.
It,
I
it
like seeing them too.
it was good to see him, but at the same time, it was just more like a blatant, obvious cameo. It wasn't like like okay, I see what you're doing. They didn't really like marry it like subtly into the film. I like
I think
subtle.
that
I like subtlety.
yeah,
That's that's just me. I like subtlety. I could just
I
I see what they're doing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So and then too, I just think that the new film lacks the heart of the first film. The first film, and that's the problem with sequels that are done just years and years later. The same heart and intent behind making it is gone. We're just trying to, I hate to say it, but like a cash grab. People are going to watch Coming to America too, obviously, and we're going to put these cameos in there, and we're going to put these new people from this generation and all that, and it's fun, it's cool, but it doesn't make it. It makes it fun to watch, but it doesn't make a good movie, in my opinion. So I watched it, and I'm just like, okay, all right, I see that cameo. I know that person. I see why they put him in there. I get it. But it wasn't like seeing like, wow, this is Eddie Murphy as a prince. He's really in like, and just the hilarity of him being a African prince and how he's being treated in New York. And in the original movie, they were at a bunch of different places. Like they're at the barber shop, and they went to the basketball game, and then now they're at
Mm-hmm.
McDowell's. Now they're at the house. Now they're in the apartments. It was just a bunch of different set pieces. We got to see New York and the vibe and the
Mm-hmm.
grittiness and the reality of him going from royalty to being a bum in New York. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So it
Well, I
I didn't really get that feel, this movie.
so think about, probably what it so he probably had to pay more. You think about in terms of their budget or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Him having to pay, these, even though Wesley Snipes is an older star, and Vogue and all those people.
Mm-hmm.
Just the budgeting of trying to really, I thought he did a great job, because if you watch the second one without watching the first one, you'd totally be lost and you wouldn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So because you knew what the first one was and how, you can just segue into, we're going to agree to disagree about,
Yeah, I
it
can.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
And another point I just want to point out is that where he paid homage to his mother from the first movie. They when it first came on, it just showed like family pictures and things like that. And I thought that Patricia, I think her name was Patricia in the first movie, the sister to Lisa,
Mm-hmm.
like they only just showed her picture, and I would have thought that the sister would have mentioned, Lisa would have mentioned her sister Patricia. I don't know why I think her name was Patricia. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah,
Lisa
yeah,
had a
yeah,
sister.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I
Right,
wonder where she is, if she passed away or,
right.
just didn't want to do the movie. But I thought it would have been cute for Arsenio Hall to kind of like have another, contact with her or whatever, because she really,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
settled for Arsenio Hall, or, when she really wanted Eddie Murphy or Akeem or.
yeah. It was. I feel like it was just so much more dynamics to that made Coming to America, the original movie, just special and unique and something that hasn't been done before. And
Yeah.
this was more so a big budget spectacle, which is fine.
Don't say that.
It is, Mom, and that's fine though. You were alive when the first movie came out, and seeing it all these years later, and all the familiar stars and Vogue and all
Later.
that. It's fun.
Yes.
It's fun,
Yes.
and I'm not knocking you for even enjoying it, but just me
They should have
personally.
threw some new. If they would have threw some new addition in there and just been all over the place like that.
Right, that's
Okay.
fun, but it doesn't necessarily make it a good movie. Something that let's watch this again
For
for
you.
me.
For you.
For me,
Yeah, that's just your generation.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's I think it's just totally, people who are my age. Should we find out what generation I am?
No, we'll go back to the drawing board. I think
Yeah.
I heard the silent generation. I heard someone say that. I'm not sure if that's before baby boomers or after, or I don't know, but we'll figure out
Well,
what you are. Don't worry.
I'm definitely after. I'm not a baby boomer. I'm after the baby boomers. I am
Yeah,
a child of a baby
of the baby
boomer.
boomers, yes,
Yeah. So whatever generation that is. But yeah, that movie was totally for my generation.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's like it was a horrible
I can't wait to
experience.
watch it again. Yeah.
Yeah. I could sit through it. Like it wasn't like unbearable, but it's not something I'd still got 30 minutes left to watch the movie, but it's not.
Mhm.
I don't see myself watching it again. Like I would sit and watch Coming to America again. Like anytime it
Mhm.
comes on, I'll pay attention. But this, if they decided not to make this, I would have been fine. But I understand you. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right.